even on vacation, the best photos happen before sunrise. No one should be up this early. Alright, so I don't know how well you can see me right now, it's pretty dark outside, but this kind of becomes a reoccurring theme for all of my landscape photography vlogs where I'm rushing last minute to try to find a good photo, but that's part of the thrill. So we tried a couple of locations, or at least tried a road that apparently didn't exist that was going to be the perfect spot, so it seemed on Apple Maps, which, by the way, you can't ever trust Apple Maps. This is a lesson to be okay with taking risks, because we didn't really have time so far. This is only day 2 of the trip, so we haven't really had much time to scout locations for sunrises, but that might be what today turns into, and then we'll get up early another day. But I'm hoping I can make something work today, because when you're around the ocean, there's always something. There's always going to be a boat or a marina or something cool for sunrise or sunset. However, I don't want any more of those cliche, water ripples in the foreground and the sun in the background. I wanted something a little more interesting. So that's what I'm on the search for this morning. So I will turn the camera back on when I'm all set up, and hopefully interesting stuff starts to happen, because it's now about 15 minutes until sunrise, and we haven't found a place to set up yet. Alright, so it looks like we found our location. A beautiful dock over here that goes out to the water. Got awesome colors starting to form. I don't know yet if the clouds are going to cover the sun. Either way, it's really beautiful right now. Trying to figure out if I want to shoot down here and look back at the dock that comes out. And you can see it's just private beach over here. Or if I want to hang here on this dock where I am now and risk it and try to catch some side lighting coming in from over there, because I'm trying to figure out exactly where the sun is going to rise this time of year, because we're getting pinks over there and pinks over here. This way is the most easterly point, but this time of year I don't know exactly where along the lines it rises. So I guess we'll set up the camera and see what happens. Alright, this is starting to look really good. I got the sun coming up to my left, which is exactly what I wanted. It's going to be side lighting for this big dock that goes out to the water. I wish I had a better foreground, honestly, but I don't know until the light comes up. The light reveals the magic of the landscape, and so you don't really know until it's lit. But it's a very, very nice little area. I got just a little private area over here. There's nobody here. There's the little dock out there. That's where the sun is coming up. The color is starting to form over there, which is going to be great. It's shooting some nice color along here and some nice reflections in the clouds. What I'd love right now, just to complete my composition, would be a nice little boat to come up like right there. That way when the sun shoots across, it'll kiss the dock and a big boat that's coming that way. So still got a few minutes, maybe that will happen. But look at this kind of sheen that it's putting on the water. It's beautiful. I have my circular polarizer on, by the way, on my Nikon D810, shooting in ISO 64 f11, and I'm manually focused on the dock in the background there. And I don't really have to focus stack here, because at the wide angle lens pretty much everything is in focus, especially since my foreground element is way down there instead of right up close to the lens. And I'm just waiting for the best of the light. I'm still probably going to start shooting, so I'll go ahead and take a shot, see what it looks like. Let's take a look at the histogram here. Wow, that's actually almost a picture perfect histogram. We don't really have anything clipping in the whites, but we have just enough info in the blacks, and a nice little spike in the midtones. So that's actually kind of a perfect histogram. Might not have to do HDR brackets here, but I probably will anyway, just because. By the way, the polarizer makes every bit of difference in the world. I'll run some video on the camera here so I can show you. It's unbelievable the detail that it pulls back from the sky. Okay, well, from here it's just a waiting game to see what happens with this beautiful light. All right, the sun is just now breaking the tree line over here. It's right there coming up. So I gotta get ready for this. I'm just gonna keep shooting. This is the best part and the most frustrating part about landscape photography, is that this is the best light. It only happens when that sun just breaks the horizon line, or the tree line in this case, and starts kissing everything around it. This is what we wait for. Alright, so the sun is up. The colors were beautiful. It didn't come up exactly where I wanted it to. It came up kind of facing me on the shoreline here instead of the water out where the dock is. However, I improvised and I created a new composition with the sun in the left third of the frame. I'm shooting that now. So I'm shooting at f/16 so I get the little starburst effect with the sun. And the sun puts a lot of lens flare on your lens when you're shooting with a polarizer on, because it's an extra piece of glass. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a set of brackets with the sun in, and then I'm taking a set of brackets with my fingers covering the sun in the frame so that I can brush the brackets together later, and when I'm covering the sun on the brackets, I can brush those brackets in on the top part of the sky so that there's no glare or lens flares hitting the lens. So I'm probably about done shooting. I might get a couple of other shots. I might put on my 70-200. I've been really favoring that lens lately for landscape photography. Right now I'm shooting with the 16-35 Nikkor lens. I just don't know. But I might drive around and try to find another quick location while the sun is super hard and contrasty coming in from the side, because there's still a whole area over here that's kind of blocked by trees, this whole area of the bay, and the sun might not have actually hit it full yet. We might have another opportunity over there. So I guess we'll see, but it's a very beautiful location. All right, I think I'm done here.